Hello everyone, welcome to day 29 of my 77-day video challenge. Today I am going to talk to you all about the power of positive thinking. In this video I am going to share with you all just three strategies what we can cultivate in order to cultivate that habit of positive thinking. Let us see what those are. The first one is believing in ourselves. Second thing is changing our attitudes. And third thing is overcoming the habit of worrying. Let us explain. Let me share a few details about these three items. So the first one is believing in ourselves. First and foremost, putting a stamp of our happy self in our mind, like imagining our happy self and putting a stamp of that in our mind. So come whatsoever in our life, we will be able to remember that happy self, that having a faith in our natural abilities, so that will give us strength to overcome whatever come across in our life. So having that strong faith and believing in ourselves, I do particularly couple of things in order to remind myself to have this strong faith. One thing is, anytime if I'm feeling low or if something happens, then I take a paper and then I start writing what are all the good things happening in my life, or what are all my strengths, or whatever blessings we have in our life. Sometimes it is very easy to forget what we are all blessed with, or what we can do, what our capabilities are. Sometimes we just neglect them, or we just don't see them that high. So that's why I make sure take a paper and start writing them down, and slowly my mood gets positive as well with that. And second thing is, I think I have mentioned this, similar to vision board, keeping a success board in front of us. That means whatever things we have achieved previously, so sometimes we even forget about them, so that will remind us, hey, this kind of a problem you did overcame, so that's why you should be able to do, you will be able to do now this time also. So something like that. So give the past successes will give us the strength to overcome now this new one. So under statement is kind of believing in ourselves. That is the first thing. Now second thing is changing our attitude. Whenever problems come, it is sometimes it's really overwhelming, like to go through that situation. We tend to blame maybe circumstances, or we tend to blame maybe others, like about those problems and all that. I know with a push of a button that problem might not go away, but definitely within the next second we can overcome that with with that attitude. We can overcome that attitude in the next second, isn't it? That is in our control, right? So I was really struck with one particular quote regarding this changing our attitude. It says, the world is nothing but our thoughts. The world we live in is nothing but the thoughts we have about that experience. So in that experience, whatever thoughts we are undergoing, whether positive, then we will feel our world is filled with positive. But if you are thinking of negative, then maybe we will be experiencing that negativism over there, right? So that's why we need to remember, and instead of reacting for that situation, just responding, taking it easy, and then going with the flow in that particular part. That is changing our attitude when problems come across. And last but not least is overcoming the habit of worrying. I want to say we are all not born with worry habit, right? Definitely we are not born with that habit, but on the go we acquire that habit of worrying. So worrying is simply nothing but imagining what we don't want to happen. So in our mind we keep thinking of things that we do not want them to happen, but we keep thinking them. So we just want to get rid of it. Fortunately, there are so many simple practices that how we can get rid of them. First and foremost is simply believing that this is no more a worry, or I can overcome it without worrying it. Simply believing that itself will get that pressure of less of that worry. And second thing is maybe replacing that negative thought with a positive thought. First of all, identifying that I am thinking of this negative thought and then replacing it with positive one. So these are my simple practices what I typically practice in my day-to-day life whenever a problem comes across. Instead of panicking, first of all having faith that yes, I have overcome, or previously I did came across this kind of problem, I solved it somehow. So remembering that, having that faith in my natural abilities. Second thing is maybe changing my attitude. Instead of reacting immediately, just responding, thinking of what we can do, and remembering that that world or that experience is filled with my thoughts of whatever I'm undergoing that time. And third thing is overcoming that habit of worrying. So maybe whatever practice we can use, replacing that positive negative thought with a positive thought, and then just making it smooth and go over. So these are my three strategies what I follow to cultivate a habit of positivity in our life. And please do share if you have anything else, suggestions, recommendations that you practice in order to bring that positiveness into your day-to-day life. We will be more than happy to read them and also follow them in our lives. So I hope you enjoyed this session. I'll see you all in my next. Thank you.